leaving. Nobody's walking out on this fun, old-fashioned family Christmas. No, we're all in this together.
That's right. We're live with Dutch apple pies, chocolate chip muffins, and maybe pants. Who knows? Because this is the show where we ask the question, are we wearing pants? The main show of the Feeding the Monster podcast feed. I just decided to take the reins, you guys. I hope you don't mind. It is me, Mark the Maniac, one of your many hosts, and I'm joined by at least two other guys who are just as enthusiastic to be here as I am. Jeff Saunders, starting with you. Guten Tag, mine sir. How's it going?
Hola.
Nice.
It's going great. It's going great. I was talking to you guys before the show. Right now, if it wasn't for COVID, if it wasn't for COVID, I'd be in a big sausage festival drinking beer and listening to polka music. So there you go.
Not a euphemism, as it turns out. It is like an actual sausage festival. So yeah,
it really is.
Sad times and sad times, great oldies. Speaking of which, John Mariano is also with us. How you doing there, John?
I'm fucking pissed. How are you, man?
Wow. Is it the Giants making you sad?
No, I could give two shits about football right now. And the Giants won, and we have a shittier draft pick now. Who cares? I just spent 20 minutes scrolling through our goddamn Facebook chat for the fucking notes for tonight. And I realized I wrote the fucking notes, and I could have just found them on my computer and saved 20 fucking minutes. So we have notes, guys. We have notes, and now I have two on my fucking hard drive. How are you?
Now we know that we won't lose those notes. There's no chance of us losing those notes because you have them in an abundant supply, as it turns out. So John's angry, and that's basically how we love to start the show. You guys, it's been a week. It has been a week, but hey, man, we survived it. We're all still here, and now it's time to get a little silly. So, hey, you know what, Mr. Notes, man, tell us what we have coming up on the docket for tonight.
I have an interruption, so you're going to have to read that for a second. I will be right back.
All right, we'll do that.
Okay.
Well, hey, you know what? Expect on today's show fan service, because if there's one thing we love to do, it's service our fans. I said what I said. Terrible mascots. The world is full of them. We're going to be talking about board games, and that is board as in an actual board games, not BORED,
right on.
Which is usually the kind of games I play. Also, Thomas's big pitch, and that's going to be interesting because no Thomas, so way to go. And then, of course, the soundboard game.
So
that's going to be interesting. I don't know if that
we are scratching those last two things. Sorry, guys. For those of you who are listening on podcast, but most of you are here in the chat while we do this live, my daughters, who are lovely creatures, just interrupted the show to bring me up my pillows because I was lazy and slept on the couch last night. But now I'm here. I have pillows, and we're gonna play fast and loose with the notes tonight. I think.
Yep.
Because our second half is shot. What we're gonna do, I think, I'll recap why I was sleeping on the couch first, guys.
Oh boy,
sure.
I think you guys, this will play a little bit into Jeff's costume, maybe. And
okay,
I feel like Mark might appreciate this a little bit.
The hat is the bee's knees. Other people concur. It is a thing.
So I went to go help my friend out with a website yesterday, and when I work on the weekends, I like to, relax and work. So I picked up some tequila, and we made some margaritas. And what we ended up doing,
as you do,
as you're working on websites, because it's boring, right? It's a boring job, right? It's like a nerdy, my day job is I'm good at it. I enjoy it, but to a degree, but it's nerdy and boring.
Yeah, it's like painting houses for nerds.
Yeah. So we worked on it for about 6 hours, and we downed a couple of margaritas, but we got bored with the margaritas after the first one. So she had a nice margarita mix, and we had the margarita mix, and we had the tequila. I said we should put some cayenne pepper in this. So we started, so we started hitting it with a little cayenne pepper, and it wasn't enough, right? So we kept hitting it and stirring it and hitting it and stirring it, right? So the first margarita goes in, and by the end, there was enough. It was like a red. It looked like somebody bled into the margarita on the bottom of it, right? And we downed it, and it was a little hot going down. I might have coughed a little bit, but by like the third or fourth margarita, we picked up jalapenos, and we were lining the rim with the jalapeno, and dropping jalapenos and cayenne pepper.
A spicy rim job, you say?
It was a spicy rim job, and I was hoping you would go there, Mark, because
I'm going there.
I was drunk enough where I was kind of like I was tonguing the rim really hard.
Yeah, you were.
Now you're talking my language,
right? So I was digging my tongue in there pretty hard, and the juices from the jalapeno got all up in there, right? And what I can tell you is, if you're drunk on like 4 margaritas, right? We were, and to put it in perspective, it was like not 9 to 12 shots in, right? Because we were measuring, we were drinking responsibly, as they say.
Sure, yeah.
So
I feel you, Zach.
I inhaled the jalapeno and the cayenne on the last sip of the last drink, and it was like fire shooting out my nostrils. Right? Sure. Like it just went like to the back of my sinus, up and out, and it was just like, not to gross anybody out, but it felt like everything was coming out. Right? I grabbed in my stupor, I grabbed some paper towel and just kind of jabbed it up there. So when I know I'm going to be drinking, I Ubered home, and what I ended up doing was I put my pillows on the couch, which is why I slept on the couch. Right? It was a ho hum end to a fun day. I got home. I watched Mark Riley and Julie watch Borat 2. So like I didn't even watch Borat 2 again, right? Spoiler alert, I've seen it, but I watched them watch a movie, and then I woke up this morning and watched Chappelle on Saturday Night Live.
Wow!
What'd you guys do yesterday?
Well, I just want to say this: next time you decide to do some marguerites and some spicy rim jobs, they have a thing down here in my neck of the woods called chamoy. And you might want to try that, John. It's like it's kind of like a mixture of like sugar and chili powder and some other stuff, but it's like a spicy sweet thing. It's not going to burn you as bad as the jalapenos.
Well, no. So what we said was, and this is interesting that you say this, Jeff, because we were feeling it towards the end of the night. We looked at each other and go, you know what we need next time? We got to line the rim job with the jalapeno. And then some sugar, and that way, right?
Yeah, well, that's what the chamoy is for. It's spicy and sweet. I don't know
if I want your chamoy juice, Jeff. I don't know if I want to drink your chamoy juice.
The main takeaway here is that John's journey was a cautionary tale that if you think the tequila needs something extra, it does not. You will not have a good time.
I had a great time. I don't know how your takeaway is. I didn't have a great time. What part of that sounded really bad to you?
Well, the whole part of how everything was coming out of your nostrils, including what felt like fire. I don't like that. I don't want that feeling at all. That sounds awful. It sounds to me like you ruined a perfectly good margarita.
How do you know you're a human being if you don't want that feeling, Mark? Jeff, would you want that feeling? Oh, see, I cut Mark off. Oh.
Wait, what are we talking about?
On whether or not I'm a human being or not, like that's never been proven.
What feeling? What are we talking about?
Like when fire is coming out of your nostrils after you have a really spicy tequila drink. That proves that you're human, right?
Well, I mean, I guess having feelings proves that you're human and alive, but there are other kind of feelings that you can have that would also accomplish that.
I just want to say I really miss Corey and Thomas because I feel like they'd be on my side on this one.
Yeah, where did we put the Corey and the Thomas tonight?
I mean, that's the name of the show.
Did we misplace them again?
I mean, they're Canadian, so there's no telling. Maybe they're out hunting bears. Maybe they're just living their best lives because it's Canada.
You know what I just heard out of Mark's mouth? They're Canadians, and this is a coup, and they're no longer part of the show because
that's not what I said.
Because we're Americans here.
That's
how That's how I kind of heard it.
I mean,
well, you hear funny things.
I might still be drunk, guys. I gotta be.
Yeah, that's what jalapeno tequilas will do to you.
Yeah.
you hear nonsense, but I don't know. They're out and about. They're doing their thing. Zach Anderson says tequila is only good for shots, and I completely disagree with that sentiment. But
that's a lie, Zach Anderson. That's like your bullshit wing idea too, right? I know you, Zach Anderson. I'm watching you.
Yeah, John is watching you, so feel how you want about that. Canada ban? No, I mean not. I have no such ban.
I do like this idea from
like
Christy McGee.
Yeah.
She's implying that Jeff lost Corey and Thomas.
Well, it wouldn't be the first time
exactly
that I've done that.
But so should we get into fan service? Should we go ahead and start talking about that? John, you wrote these notes, so usually I have no effing clue what you're referring to when you make these topics. So please lead us in.
Oh, sure. So this was funny like a week ago, right? So a week ago, I pointed out we did watch Fright Night with some of the fans, and Christy was there, and I discovered I have a Goonies button that is a year younger than Christy McGee. Hang on one second. I'm actually going to get it for everybody. I'll be right back.
Please, no, I want to see it. Yes, please get that. So when he says the button, is he meaning like a close button, or is he talking about like a button that says Goonies Never Say Die on it?
What did I miss?
Like it's like a button.
What type of button?
So
it's a button you wear.
When the Goonies was released, I went to the movie theater, and the movie theater was giving away free buttons. And I know what you're going to say, because you're going to look at this button, and you're going to say, this Goonies
1985.
button looks virtually brand new. But if I turn it around, and you see the tetanus that you could catch on the back of this thing, it has survived many years with me.
That's a hazard waiting to happen.
So like it has survived a long time, right? And almost as long as
I love that, John, but the silhouette looks like Bigfoot's helping a bunch of school kids cross the street.
It really does. They did sloth like no favors in this silhouette.
I mean, I don't want to comment on an artist who's like 35 years old or so. But what I will
this way, we have people asking how old this button is. Let me just break it down for you. The Goonies was released in 1985, so do the math.
We are not giving away ages here.
No,
right?
I'm just giving you
and we don't do this movie release dates category. But what I can say is it is pretty damn old. Not quite as old as me, but old enough to gain all this rust on the back.
Oh my god! I think they have special like oils, or you know what? Maybe to get rid of the corrosion, you just pour some Coca-Cola Classic on it, and it's like brand spanking new. Try that, John.
Okay,
he's not having it.
Well, I mean, I feel bad because we just kind of dragged Christy through the mud, and the next topic we kind of need Christy's help with.
Yeah.
For the record, I did not drag Christy through the mud. Evidently, she was not very happy about this button thing.
So I feel, I mean, Christy, it was on the air last week. It's the same group of people we're sharing this with, besides Mark and Jeff, right? Like everyone else heard this. So I take no fault of my own here. Also, I'm kind of an overshare and kind of an idiot. Like we shouldn't confide in each other so much. Like it's probably not the best for either one of us, because one day you're gonna have a dossier on me and you're gonna share it with Sam Elliott, and I'm probably gonna get arrested. But Mark, since you're in good form with Christy, maybe you should ask Christy the next question.
All right. So McGee out there, tell us, how is Mr. Elliott doing? And for those of you not in the know, Mr. Elliott, aka Sam Elliott, is the name of her little goblin she keeps in her closet. Little troll thing. So we must know, Christy, how's he doing? Are you feeding him regularly? Is his mustache talking to you? What does it say? And she says he's very cozy in his closet. Right on. And what's a goblin? What's a goblin? I don't know what that is either.
Well, you don't know what goblin is?
A goblin? No. Yeah. What's that?
It is a goblin with one limb.
Oh. Well, that makes sense.
Bravo.
And when I mean one limb, I mean he has no arms and no legs.
He is what you call what do they call that? There's a name for it. Anyway,
that's a unicycle.
Sure. We'll need continuing progress picture reports on.
I'm working on it. Stall for a minute, and I will get us a picture report.
Only have one in. Oh, that's right. Christy, I don't know what the hell she did to her hand, but it's like out of commission. So she's doing everything one-handed, which kudos to you. But if I'm not mistaken, it's the hand that she's not good with. So it's making things difficult. It's actually kind of a miracle she's able to type anything right now.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. Do not be afraid of the voice text feature. It works wonders. And as someone who drives all day and I've got to answer messages, voice text is sort of a godsend. So don't be afraid of it.
So I guess I was wrong. He has 4 limbs, not one. Uh-huh. And it's the 4 limbs I didn't expect him to have, and the one I expected him to have. He does not have.
Mm. Look at that beard, though. He's like he looks like Pai Mei from Kill Bill Volume 2.
Who is Pai Mei, by the way?
Pai Mei was Beatrix Kiddo's master and sensei.
Yeah, he's a pretty sexy looking piece of wood.
Wait, that's who Beatrix. That's who Ron Weasley's mom killed, right?
Bellatrix.
Yeah,
but you were close. It's a Goomy.
Beatrix.
A Goomy.
Goomy.
Mr. Elliott, the Goomy. I like it. We're gonna take that now.
Jeff, do you want Christie's wood?
He wants that wood.
I mean, Jeff, it's an audio podcast, my friend. I mean,
you're
not doing us any favors by rattling your microphone.
Yes.
So, moving on from Sam Elliott, Taymor's calling me out for my precious button, but let's talk about Taymor's precious love of Anakin Skywalker.
Yeah, I'm gonna need some context on this.
Yeah, exactly. Say it ain't so, unless there's more to this.
We were watching Fright Night last week, and Taymor slid on, and Taymor went on a belligerent rant about how amazing Anakin Skywalker is in the Star Wars galaxy.
All right, show your work.
And he was very clear that this is his favorite character pretty much in the history of anything. And I promise you, if you challenge him on this, he will punch you in the face really hard. Right? And if he doesn't punch you in the face, he'll probably use the Force and make me punch you in the face.
I'm
Interesting.
not one to belittle people's favorite characters in all of our, fictional realms. I guess my only question would be, why Anakin? Why?
He's a heartthrob, isn't he? He's
Is
like
he
Team
not?
Beat.
And
Tiger
also,
Beat?
the bigger question is the child Anakin or Padawan Anakin or not quite Master Jedi Anakin.
It
Like,
felt like it was all of those and rotting. The guy who looks like a rotten peach face at the end of Star Wars, right? Like all of that felt like
now
Anakin he was talking about.
are we talking about the animated Anakin or the one that was in the prequels?
All of it, right? Like even if there's like a kid walking down your block now named Anakin, Tamor was talking about that kid too.
I feel like those kids are probably more prominent these days. Here we go.
Yeah, I am not blowing this out of proportion, Tamor. We were all staring at each other on the call, going, "Wow!" It reminded me like I'll give you guys a little flashback. Back in the early 90s, I went on a rant of a bad boy of my own that I had like a man crush on. And he was one of the new kids. He was Donnie Wahlberg.
Donnie Wahlberg.
Oh, goodness.
Right? If you think about
all the new kids, you went with Donnie.
If you think about it for a minute, Anakin Skywalker is essentially Donnie Wahlberg, right? Like, kind of like a pissed off kid from Boston who sort of gets into some trouble for a while, then gets into some hardcore trouble, but it's light enough to be in a PG-13 movie, right? Like he's not like rated R trouble.
So are you telling us that Anakin Skywalker has a younger brother who's a much better Jedi than he is?
Yeah.
I mean, it does track. I happen to know for a fact that all Wahlburgers, but especially Donnie, really hate sand.
But if you think about it for a minute, essentially this makes both Luke Skywalker and Kylo Ren Marky Mark. And the reason for this is Luke Skywalker is a better Jedi than his father, and Kylo Ren looks better in his underwear.
I'm just gonna highlight what Tamor says right here because he just redeemed himself after that Anakin nonsense. Like apparently Tamor he's kind of backtracking. So he's referring to Darth Vader. Okay, cool, because there's a very distinct difference.
No, but he was not referring to Darth Vader. In fact, I can quote him and say, "I'm not talking about Darth Vader right now."
Ah, well, McGee says roll the clip, so I'm sure it's around somewhere, so we can either catch Tamor in a lie or
Go watch the Fright Night commentary from last week. I'm pretty sure we were still recording when Tamor went off on.
Do you guys ever when y'all see Anakin from the Clone Wars, the animated Anakin, do y'all ever look at him and think he looks a lot like Wyatt from Ozark?
No. I don't know who Wyatt from Ozark is, but he does look a little bit like Wyatt from Weird Science.
Yeah, well, Wyatt from Ozark is the guy on there that looks like a animated Anakin.
Yeah.
You're not incorrect, or he looks like Steve Harrington from Stranger Things' is like younger, strung out brother.
It's like if Anakin on the Clone Wars were good looking, he would look like the kid from Stranger Things.
First of all, you don't think Anakin
in
Clone Wars is a good looking kid? Because I feel like he is. He's got some hard edge to that.
I mean, hey, look, man. If I was animated, I'd look like a good looking dude as well. You can make anything look good animated. It takes a lot of work.
Well, one of the other things you guys missed out on last week with the Fright Night stuff, old Handsaw joined us live on air.
Wow. Did he?
Yeah. And what was amazing, kind of like how I'm sitting here, but old Handsaw on the wall behind him has custom made guitar and a custom made bass, and they look phenomenal. My memory is very fuzzy. I don't know if they were custom made.
Can I just take a moment to Can I just take a moment to try and read this? What Chris just said. John, do narrate the a Venus of minors on air. I don't know what magic spell she's casting.
In fairness, Christy, it's a cartoon character, right? It's the same thing as you saying Chitara is hot, and then you're telling me that's bestiality. That's not. It's weird cartoon fetish.
Get rid of it. Get rid of it. Get rid of it. You didn't see that.
Well, no, it's fine. It's fine. It's fine. Let him have the cry for help. He's not getting out. He's not getting out.
It's fine.
Not letting out. That's not happening tonight.
You did feed him. There's sausages down there.
Oh,
it's fine.
Old Handsaw. Thank you, Old Handsaw. I know your name, and I'm not saying it on air because I already gave one secret away, and I'm not giving away another secret tonight.
Goonies never say die or tell secrets. But you powwow with Old Handsaw and his custom painted bass and guitar.
Wait. So now we have a superhero team of Christy McGee, Zach Anderson, and Tamor coming to my house to try and save Corey. And what I can tell you guys is this is like the C-level members of the Justice League coming to fight the dark side. Like this is not a good plan, guys.
Yeah, I was supposed to say, like, I don't know, man. I think 5 out of 6 times you lose that battle.
Me?
Yeah.
I just locked my door. They're not getting through the door, son.
Well,
you can knock all night.
I mean, oh boy. See, Tamor's not playing around. He's bringing in the heavy artillery. You better double padlock it,
right? I fight dirty Tamor, like really, really dirty. It's not the way you want to fight.
So dirty.
I would tell you the stories, but I'd like you to be surprised when you show up and then like you have no legs when you're done. Like,
yeah.
Oh my goodness.
That kind of segues into our next little bit, I guess, because we know he's on a mission with a few others, the Avengers of the FTM show, as it were. Zach Anderson, where is he? Well, apparently he's on his way to John's house to free Corey from the basement.
Well, no, but what this means is we had everybody else join us to watch Fright Night last week, and I think Zach Anderson was scared. I mean, how is he going to come to my house and deal with me if he was afraid to watch Fright Night? Right? It's basically a comedy.
And this was the original Fright Night, yes?
Yes, this is the one starring Marcy from Married with Children and Herman from Herman's Heads.
And having watched this recently, I can straight up confirm it is basically a comedy.
Yeah,
not on purpose, but it is.
No, very much on purpose because there's a line in it where Evil, Herman Head's best friend, turns into a vampire, and the line he gives Roddy McDowell from Planet of the Apes is, "I'm going to give you a hickey."
Yeah.
Right. I mean, Tamor, we can fire up this war again, but it's not happening. Like, I don't care. I don't care about fighting you, Tamor. You have to find somebody else to have a rivalry with. I've done this. The sequel needs to be, you need to find a new villain or a new hero or whatever the story is, right? Like, I'm bored of this movie already. I just want to watch the movie where you fight one of the other guys. Pick a fight with, like, Thomas for all I care. But what are you coming at me for, man? Like, I love you. We're going to go get burgers one day. I'm going to squash this thing right now, right? Like there's eventually going to be a podcast where it's going to be me and Tamor and, like, the juices of tasty burgers dripping from our chins, right? Or some kind of juice dripping from our chins. I don't care.
If you take him for burgers, just Tamor, make sure that you put on a bib as to not ruin your nice suits that we know you're so fond of.
Christy, I would fight Thomas. Christy McGee is asking who would fight Thomas ever. I would.
I mean, I look. Thomas used to be a pro wrestler, and I'm not untrained in that area. It's been a little while, so yeah, we'd fight. He'd probably would still win.
I'm not saying I'd win or lose, but what I'm saying is, if there's money in it, I'll fight anyone.
It's true.
I'm a runner, not
I'll
a
fight
fighter.
anyone if the price is right.
Right? Like I get what Christy's saying. Like, who would ever fight Thomas? I'm like, have you ever considered money, Christy? Like, money makes a lot of things happen.
Money makes the world go round, and it makes fisticuffs go up.
Tamor, you're picking a fight with me. You would pick a fight with Thomas for the same reason, to get airtime, right? Like that's kind of how we give airtime out here.
If you were in a fight, who or what would you want as your cheerleading mascot?
Oh, we should probably open up this article so we can speak to it, because this article takes some weird turns, guys.
It's interesting.
I would want a guy in a giant suit of a middle finger. That's my mascot.
That's I think that's 2020's mascot.
I mean, yeah, pretty much.
I mean, if I could fight any mascot, I would probably fight Mr. Peanut.
Mr. Peanut.
How about you,
want
Jeff?
to fight that?
Well, why would I want to fight Mr. Peanut? Because people are allergic to peanuts, so that's probably I'd probably be fighting on their behalf to fight peanut allergies everywhere.
Yeah,
I'd fight the little booger guys on the Mucinex commercials.
Oh, that's gross, Jeff.
I'd fight those damn Charmin bears.
That's a pretty good idea.
Or them, yeah.
Okay, so these are the top 10 worst mascots in
the Oklahoma Sooners.
Right. These are the top 10 worst mascot names. I don't know if I agree with this. I feel like we could find maybe one or two more.
I mean, Buckeyes is pretty awful.
Yeah, with a name like let's see, can I see them there? The Sooners. Do you think that they get a lot of offsides or a lot of false starts?
I don't know, but apparently an Oklahoma Sooner refers to certain settlers in 1889 who snuck out ahead of a gunshot that signaled the opening of 2 million homestead acres. Basically, Sooners were cheaters. It's kind of like naming yourself after a false start. So, yeah, Jeff, I mean, you might be right there.
Yeah.
I think that's an odd choice for a name. The midshipman is, I guess, a fine name, but they're pointing out that if you're the Navy team, you should probably be called the Destroyers, which sounds ominous. I think midshipman might be actually a better name there than something like End of the World.
The Seaman, Navy Seaman.
I had to blow this up because I couldn't read it. I thought it said the Virginia Tech Hookers.
I mean,
I mean,
that's an upgrade from the Hokies.
I mean, fighting gobblers. I mean, are we just? Yeah, are we? Are we cutting corners here?
We got the Purdue Boilermakers, essentially named after a drink.
Which I think that's awesome. How the hell are they going to say that's a bad name? Boilermakers are great.
Well, they were previously known as the Pumpkin Shuckers, the Rail Splitters.
Again, I don't find a problem with that one.
and the Cornfield Sailors.
That's pretty bad.
Right. Yeah, so like Boilermakers is definitely an upgrade.
I agree. I did not know that was Purdue's mascot.
The Vanderbilt Commodores.
That's in Nashville.
I like their songs.
Yeah, well, you like their songs. I like the fact that they are hiding from Popeye because they're Popeye's dad. He was the Commodore.
Also, also garbage football team. So get out of there.
So South Carolina might be my favorite name on this list. They're the South Carolina Gamecocks, and their slogan is "Beat the Cocks." There's just so much going on here.
I mean, look, it's like they're in on the joke, so they're just going for it. Wow. They're like, who cares?
It's like they set the joke up by naming themselves Gamecocks. And then supposedly the worst one is the Wake Forest Demon Deacons, which is like, I
feel like we need to call in to Mark Ellis and ask him about this. It's like, can you give us some 411 on the Wake Forest Demon Deacons? Because come on, buddy. I mean, it sounds like it could be like a badass Ghost Rider villain, but it also feels like a really cheesy, it didn't work out kind of Ghost Rider villain. No, you know what it sounds like? It sounds like the future villains for Wolf Cop 3. So we need to get over there and mention to our good pal Lowell Dean, like, yo, we got your villains. Call them the Demon Deacons. Because
That
why
might
not?
actually work.
He'd find a way to make it work, because I believe in him and I believe in that whole team of people. And so hashtag where's Wolf Cop 3? Keep spreading the love, everyone.
So
Ellis would
we
not
have
be happy with this list. No. Well, I mean, he'd be fine with it up until number 1.
but more importantly, like I get that the problem there is that we're talking about mascots.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like what we should be talking about are school names.
Mm-hmm.
And all of this started because I came across this school, and it says Concordia, and they're the Concordia Cardinals. And I'm going to see if I can scroll around and find their initials, because they're the Concordia University, Michigan Cardinals.
Now, when you say you came across this school, did
Jeff,
you?
we are currently looking at a shirt with a speckle of sperm just
I'm gonna
across the shirt.
I'm gonna rephrase my statement in the form of a question. When you say you came across this school,
Better.
I came hard, and they realize that. Like, here we have Concordia University, Michigan, hustles harder, right? Their initials are come. I'm not going to scroll through all of the stuff here. It came to my attention because I was scrolling through Twitter, and on Twitter there was an ad for a cum shirt. I'm like, why the fuck am I seeing a cum shirt on Twitter? So I clicked on it because I then wanted to know why. Apparently, that's the initials of Concordia University, Michigan. And this is their official school. And in this store, you can find cum hats and cum shirts and cum masks and shirts with jizz artwork on them.
Mm.
So, guys, do you have any thoughts on cum?
I feel like the Feeding the Monsters online university that we're going to be starting up, that our whole gimmick has been stolen by this little school up north.
Yeah. I don't like it. It's coarse, gets everywhere. Not a fan of cum.
Wait a minute. Are you trying to tell me your cum is coarse?
I'm just saying it could be.
I'm just saying you might want to check your diet, my friend. Like that's kind of rough. That you have coarse cum, sticky, slimy, maybe funky, but coarse. What are you eating?
Hey, look, we're bringing it back to an earlier reference, but it's fine. What am I eating? I eat whatever I want. So
Christy very badly wants you to go see a doctor or go get it checked out. Like,
I am a doctor. I will. It's good. We're fine.
What kind of doctor are you with your course cum?
They call me Dr. Love.
Do they? They call you Sandy Eyes because money shot. Sand in my eyes. What kind of dust are you shooting, my friend?
Shooting dust? Is it sand or dust? Make up your mind, John, because otherwise that joke's just not working.
Jeff, sand and dust have a similar texture. Can we agree? Or both of them are closer?
No. I mean, sand is like it's a silicate. Dust is mostly dead skin cells and dead bugs.
Okay, yeah, no, okay, I get that. But as far as the texture goes, it's not juicy like cum should be. It's dusty like whatever the fuck Mark has going on.
Yeah, sand or dust or neither.
Wow. Let's just sit on this real quick. Yeah. Zach Anderson busting out the fire.
So for the radio listeners, Zach Anderson's trying to call Mark out that Mark's coarse sand cum is the reason why he can't get a girlfriend. And I will defend Mark here. Because if Mark has gotten far enough with a girl that they know he has sandy cum, then Mark probably has a girlfriend at that point.
Yeah. Am I to be blamed at that point? It's like they knew what they were getting into.
I mean, that's not the reason Mark wouldn't have a girlfriend. That's probably like
No, there's like a cavalcade of reasons why, but it's not that.
right, like oh, Mark doesn't have a girlfriend because he has Sandy Cum. Really?
It's like it's Sandy Cum. Like,
so because you have Sandy Cum, you bring that up at dinner conversation, like, this is delicious lo mein. By the way, I have coarse cum. Right? Like
I love that it's during the dish of lo mein. It's like, I should probably let you know as we're feasting on this delicious lo mein.
I was trying to think of like a nice romantic dinner that you would be out on a date with, and like Chinese food to me, guys, is one of these kinds of
boom,
right? Jeff, do you agree? Like, if you're gonna confess about having coarse Sandy Cum, that lo mein's probably the dish of choice for that.
I don't know, but Sandy Cum sounds like a really cool porno name.
I know you kids, Zach, and believe me, I will be much revenged. You won't even know.
So, Mark, why do you talk about Sandy Cum on dates?
On my dates, I feel, and this is a good lesson for all of you out there in the dating world. It's tough out there. Look, you basically have to lay it all out right away. You can't leave anything to the imagination, because otherwise you're just wasting time. You got to get it all out there at once. And if you have Sandy Cum, it is your responsibility to basically let them know. I feel it's best to let them know at dinner. It's like you're chowing down, you're eating, you're feasting. The atmosphere is perfect for it. And depending on the date's reaction, hey, you're good to go. At least you can sleep easy knowing that you laid it all out on the line right away.
So Christy McGee is calling me out for saying I think Chinese food is romantic. And look, it's been a long time since I've gone on a date. I've been meaning to start talking about some of this stuff on the air. I'm going through a separation or a divorce or wherever we're going to end up. It's going to end up, and the guys know we talk about it behind the scenes. I don't want to get into the sad whatever, but I've been starting to think about what dating would be like. And one of the things I would do for dates, Christy, is I would take them out for Chinese food, or we'd bring Chinese food in. And the reason for that is Chinese food is communal food, right? Like most times you go out to dinner and like, no, it's my steak, right? Like I'm not sharing my steak. Mark, Jeff, are you guys sharing?
Who shares a steak? Hell no.
Right? Like go fuck yourself.
Hell no.
We're not that good.
Right? Order your own steak. Yeah, you're not taking mine.
That's how you lose a hand.
I could be in a devil's threesome with one of you guys and somebody else, and I promise you, we're not sharing a steak.
Yeah, well, you better buy me steak first before you propose that whole activity.
I'm not sharing my own steak with you. Go fuck yourself.
No, I'll get my own damn steak, but you're buying if you want to introduce the devil's three-way.
So, however, what I can tell you is, in thinking about what dating would be like, one of the foods is Chinese food. And no, Christy, you don't have to Lady in the Tramp it and eat it out of the same dish. Okay, but if you have the lo mein and you have a communal spoon or fork in there, you can split it, right? Like that's one of the glories of Chinese food is I want lo mein, you want sesame chicken, but we want to share a little bit. We can get a couple of utensils and share it COVID friendly. Like that.
The great thing about Chinese food, John, is it's like circular. It's one of the few things that can begin and end with a poo-poo platter.
Okay. I have from Zach Anderson, Chinese food is no bueno, no thank you. I'm guessing Zach Anderson doesn't live in one of the food meccas of the world, and he probably just has like off-brand Chinese food. I'm not sure, but Chinese food is fucking delicious, Zach.
It's great, especially authentic Chinese food. Like, you kidding me, man? Like, no bueno. Get out of here with that. Get yourself some culture, Zach.
Jeff, how is Texan Chinese food?
Texan Chinese food?
Yeah.
I would assume like New York Chinese food. I don't know.
No. Do you enjoy it, or do you hate like the food the way Zach Anderson hates Chinese food?
No, I joke around, but I like most food. I enjoy Chinese food.
So you're not from bullshit land, not like Zach Anderson, who gets wings that don't have bones and
No, no. There are a lot of bulls in Texas and a lot of bullshit.
No, bones, not bulls.
I thought you said bullshit land.
Oh, bullshit land. Yeah, because that's where Zach's from. Bullshit land is where Zach lives, where you eat shitty Chinese food or don't eat Chinese food because you don't like it because you're a weirdo. And also, you don't order your wings with bones in them.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
Yeah.
The whole the whole boneless chicken thing.
I mean,
That's the
Zach,
Midwestern diet.
China. Zach's diet consists of chicken, Chinese food, and popcorn, which is probably you should probably see a nutritionist. And also, there's chicken in China, right? There's Chinese chicken. Mark, help me out with the Chinese chicken.
You have a drumstick and your brain stops sticking.
Thank you. So moving on, I guess, because we have to keep.
I guess we'll move on. Yeah. You're welcome, Jeff. But you can blame John for that one.
So I stumbled across this other story where this comedian who's no longer with the Tonight Show, he had a tough exit from the Tonight Show, is working on a like a real life physical board game, right? It has players read the cards that put them in ridiculous situations. The card prompts players to choose from numbers of possible hilarious responses they can read off. Written by the this creator, John Reinman, as a premium team and a premium team of writers. So they're gonna do a board, like a real life board game. And I want to use this more as a segue. Like, it's not that interesting because it sounds like you're in your living room and they make you say some kind of funny shit, and then you're in this situation like, oh, my vagina is hanging out, or whatever you say. And
So
then,
you're saying it's like this show.
right, it's kind of like this show as a board game. But I was thinking to
I
myself,
play that game.
and we have a smaller crew, so it'll probably be easier to do.
Mhm.
If you could pick one board game from your childhood that we put in a real life situation. So now you're kind of playing the physical version of that game. So I'll give you an example. One of the things I thought about was like Chutes and Ladders. What if you could put a crazy obstacle course in your backyard with ladders and slides that you had to navigate to get to the other side of the backyard, right? And then maybe you had like the Nerf joust sticks that you could fight each other to get to the other side of the yard as you traverse this obstacle course. Something like that. Like, what does your real life, like, pick a board game, right? And I'm not saying like pick Clue and fucking kill somebody, right? Because that's harsh, right? And don't pick like Risk and we start a world war. Pick one of the fun.
Well, why don't you just take all my games out off the table? Why don't you? Come on.
Well, I'm actually going to go. I'm going to go with one you have on this list here, John. I think I'd want to play Candyland because it sounds like a really fancy hands-on strip club.
So wait, you're going to take Candyland, one of the most innocent childhood games of candy goodness, and you're going to turn that into, I think I'm in a strip club now.
Yes, I am.
So explain this to Mark and I. Give us the pitch. Give us the elevator pitch of
yes, please go on.
Game of Candyland.
Well, you'll have to remind me of some of the different places in the actual Candyland game, but I imagine there are different stages. Like, you've got Sugar Plum Fairy over on stage 3, you've got Candy Cane on stage 2, and Give It Up for Sprinkles on stage number 1.
Okay, so you're basically
wasn't there a Licorice Mountain?
Oh, if we're lucky.
Ooh, yeah.
So Mark and Jeff. Jeff is essentially just pitching us a strip club where he names the strippers after candy.
I mean, don't they anyway?
No, but I'm just trying to make it clear. Like, the ask was, pitch a real life board game.
Mm-hmm.
And Jeff's answer was, I just want to open a strip club and name the strippers after candy. This is Hershey bar.
But he mentioned Candyland
over there in the corner.
You didn't give him the parameters exactly, so he's making his own fun, which that's part of it.
Yeah. You would apply elements of the board game to this. Like you'd have a little spinner, and that'd tell you,
Yeah,
you know, how much you got to make it rain. You'd have like, you know, the different stages would be different names. You might even have little colored squares on the floor, and that's what you follow to get around the club, you know.
Okay, so Jeff just wants a way to find his way out of the strip club after he runs out of money.
Yeah.
Don't we all?
Mark, can you bring the show back on track a little bit with your pitch?
Well, you threw away my answers of Risk and Clue, so it's like, well, great, I can't have fun just like doing terrible things in the name of a game. And then Jeff took the brilliant answer of Candyland and he improved on it. So I'm with him there. So I guess if what I'm left with is I think I would like maybe Parcheesi.
Parcheesi. So what does real life Parcheesi look like?
I just know that the pieces are animals, so I guess I just ride an animal until I get to the main bit. I don't know.
You ride animals till you get to the end of the game?
Like I think they're hippos. I think you're like your hippos. They're so.
So you're thinking of hungry hippos. I mean, that's a total.
Yeah, maybe I am.
That's a fucking game in real life. Hippos eat like everything, Mark.
Hippos are aggressive animals.
They are, but if I can ride one, like make it my steed, no one's going to stand in my way.
If you were riding a hippo, another hippo would hop on its back, try to fuck it, and eat you at the same time. Because they're angry animals.
I mean, maybe, but if, like I said, if I can tame it,
yeah, just
like,
hide your marbles.
So you don't know much about hippos, do you, Mark?
I know that you can't tame them, and I know that, but I'm saying if we're in the world of Parcheesi the game,
we're bringing Parcheesi the game into our world, so you can't rewrite the rules on an animal just because it works for your game.
Why not?
Because you get fucked up by the haunches by a hippo, and then it would eat you.
I was gonna suggest the game Sorry, but I honestly don't know how to play that, so I have no clue if that would be.
I think that game's actually just called Canada in real life.
Oh, shots fired!
What if you carried around a bag of Scrabble letters, and like whenever someone asked you a question, you could only answer them with the letters in your bag? No. Okay, I'll take your silence.
I mean, Jeff, that sounds like your kind of answer when the stripper tries to talk to you and you can't get the words out. And you're just like,
well, you know, you're the one that brought up at getting back out into the dating world earlier, and you know, that's something I need to do as well. And I'm trying to think of ways, you know, to do that. I think a bag of Scrabble letters could come in handy.
Well, maybe like. We've got about an hour. Why don't we take a quick break, and when we get back, like the second half of our show is gone to shit. Why don't we, like, you guys are two single guys. I'm a soon-to-be single guy.
Mm-hmm.
Perhaps what we'll do is we'll discover whether or not Jeff has real or fake chest hair in the second half of the show, Jeff.
Okay,
so no rush right now. We'll come back, and we'll find that out. And then what we'll do is we'll spitball some really bad pickup lines, guys. Does that sound like something you guys would want to do?
Oh boy, the audience is in for it.
Yeah. I think that's something we should probably do. So Jeff, why don't you take us out? And how long do we get? Like 5 minutes?
Yeah, about 5 minutes.
All right, so guys, we'll be back in about 5 minutes or so, maybe 3. I don't count. I can't count. So and then we'll talk about some pickup lines.
All right. Well, after these messages, we'll be right back. Do you like content creators? Would you like to support your favorites? Would you like for that support to have unreasonable strings attached? Then become a Patreonizer today. For just a few dollars a month, you can give your favorite content creators the false hope that they just might be able to pay all of their bills this month. Not only that, they will owe you extra content, merchandise, and so much of their ever-shrinking spare time. All just for you. All depending on the tier of support that you choose. So what are you waiting for? Become a Patreonizer today. We've got the right tier for you.
The sport of kings, better than diamond rings. That's why we're here to sing football.
Join Thomas Risling, John Mariano, and me, Jeff Saunders, right here on the Feeding the Monster podcast feed every other Friday for our brand new show, Be Home by Dinner. In each episode, the three of us will take a trip down memory lane and discuss the childish things from our childhood that have made us into the man-childs that we are today. So won't you come along for the ride and the adventure? And until then, go out and make some memories. Just remember to be home by dinner.
bro.
I just
Might
found
put
a
on
bunch
some
of
pants and find a
Oreos,
little weird
guys.
after every
They're
fight.
so
Kids, at a
good.
time like this,
Right,
I don't have any.
right.
I have some vanilla Oreos and some chocolate Oreos. They are just they are the damnedest things. Like I'm eating them during the break. I updated my
You didn't want to eat
no
cupcakes?
fuck cupcakes.
You didn't want any more
right?
cupcakes?
Like I wasn't doing that on the air for the fans. I suffered enough on the podcast. I wasn't doing that again. I have. So as you can see, I open it up and I lick the
You
inside up.
suffer for art.
Mm-hmm.
Scrape it kind of with my teeth a little bit, but I got all that cream in there. After I do that, I got my glass of milk and I dunk the remaining Oreo cookie.
You dunk it after you take the cream off?
I like the milky cream.
That's the best part. The milky cream is the best part. Yeah.
Yeah, I want milky cream in my teeth.
All right. Anywho, yeah. So we're back. we're just gonna watch John eat Oreos for the remainder of the show.
So we had a rough week last week. Like we missed a bunch of shows, and part of it was I was just spent, right? Like I have stuff going on at home, and I have stuff going on in the world, and I just didn't have the energy to go on the air. So tonight we're going on short-handed, and our show notes fell a little short because some of the things we had planned aren't happening.
Mm-hmm.
So, given the current state of our lives and our lack of experience with women, I think that some of the fun might be for all of us to pitch some of our best and worst pickup lines, and just have the audience chime in on if they're really as terrible as we think.
Mm-hmm.
So, if would either one of you guys want to go first with like?
I can only think of the worst ones, like the whole. See, okay, so I know we all do. I'm from Nashville, right? So one of the worst pickup lines I've ever heard that doesn't make any damn sense, but dudes will still use it to be funny. It's like, hey girl, are you from Tennessee? Because you're the only 10 I see.
Oh.
Awful. Fucking awful.
And
if I ever,
how does that usually work out for the guy saying something like that?
like I said, they don't use it for a serious pickup. They use it to be funny and to be clever. Be like, haha, see, we're both in on the joke. It's so dumb. Aren't I funny? Can I buy you a drink? And it's like, if that works on a female, you have to. Yeah, I don't know. I think that would just depend on the caliber of that kind of person. But hey, whatever. Do whatever you got to do to win the day. I just personally feel like that line is the worst. And of course, the whole hey, are you okay? Did it hurt? And she goes, did what hurt? When you fell from heaven, angel. That's a pretty bad one. Speaking of angels falling from heaven, our Canadian angel.
That was the worst pickup line to drop in on.
So it wasn't, because Mark, can you hit Thomas with what the now low bar is? Thomas, just to set it up, we're derailing a little bit of the second half of the show because the things that we had planned we couldn't do.
Okay.
So the second half of the show, we're talking about some of the worst pickup lines ever.
Okay.
And we're just starting out this conversation. So Mark is setting the bar with a local favorite that he's not making up. It's something used ironically in his neck of the woods.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So what we're going to do is we're going to try to aim lower than Mark's bar. Okay. So Mark, go ahead and hit Thomas with your pickup line.
Hey, sup? Are you from Tennessee? Because you're the only 10 I see.
I've heard that before.
Wow.
I would never claim to have created that because it's so damn bad, and I certainly didn't. Yeah, that's. If I don't know how you can get much lower than that. That's so bad.
That's pretty terrible.
Yeah. So is this like pickup line limbo?
So now what we need to do, we have the low end of everything. We need to get lower like a limbo bar,
Mhm.
lower than Mark's bar now. So does anybody have something lower than that's the only 10 I see?
I
It's
have
actually
like
pretty low.
I have something. I don't know if it's lower, but it's like sort of a you know how it's like a tractor beam. That's what it is. Like when the Falcon's trying to get away from the Death Star, but they grab it with the tractor beam. That's what this is like. So like if a girl says, I gotta go, I gotta call somebody, you say, well, what are you gonna call them? And then you just see where it goes from there.
Okay.
If it goes anywhere.
I feel like Jeff misconstrued the idea of the game. Because in Jeff's world, Jeff's already on a bad date. And I'm not picking on Jeff. I am a little.
No, yeah. I mean, you're speaking truth.
Totally
You're speaking gospel.
But in Jeff's world, the girl is trying to quietly leave the table and probably not come back. And Jeff's way of trying to get her to stay is Jeff. What was it again?
Well, I don't know if I want to say it again.
Well, you need to because it's a show.
Okay, so
and the girl is trying to cut out on the date because it's not,
and usually the girl will say, "Oh, I got to make a phone call," or "I'm getting a call."
Right, she's not coming back, but you're trying to get her to stay because you know she's not coming back. So you say.
So when they say, "I got to call," I got to go make a call, or I got to call somebody, you say, "Well, what are you going to call them?" And just that usually will throw them off, and you might. I'm speaking from like the late 90s because that's the last time I had to do any of this shit. And people didn't have cell phones back then.
Oh
So
boy,
Jeff,
it's hard out there, man.
to find 3 dimes and a nickel, so that way she can make a phone call.
Yeah. Now Christy's saying that I should do my lines as Pooh Bear.
Like your Coke? You should do your Coke as Pooh Bear?
I think Pooh Bear would say something like, "Oh, hold on, I got to get the voice right. This is Pooh Bear from Pooh Talk. Okay, I'm here. I think he would say, you must be made of honey because I'm stuck on you."
Ooh.
Nice.
I mean,
It only works because it's Pooh Bear.
so if the word course comes up tonight at all, Thomas, speaking of things that are sticky, we have to get Mark checked out after the show because apparently Mark has sandy course cum, and that came up a little bit earlier in the show.
Yeah. Let's give Thomas no context whatsoever there, and we'll just we'll go with that.
No, I just making a note that we need you to go to a doctor after the show.
All right, I'll do that.
Go to the doctor after the show, Mark. It sounds dire.
It's evidently.
Can we just hold on?
Yeah.
We got to rewind for half a second because Jeff, what the fuck's going on over in your little corner there?
Wait, what?
It looked like you were drinking out of like an ice cream cone or something.
No. So
The beer.
it's beer, but what I've discovered is the little hospital socks with the slip-resistant grips on them work great as a koozie. Especially if you steal the ones from the little kids, your beer will fit right in it.
Things to say while live on YouTube.
And the little treads make an excellent grip. I'm actually thinking about like swiping some of these from work and putting our logo on them and selling them.
So
maybe on Etsy.
Before you do
more than one way.
Before you do that, Jeff, I feel like you should bring up your koozie on your next date, like before the phone call thing.
Okay.
I think that might
have a pocket full of them and say, "Hey, would you like a koozie?
Would you like a koozie or a baby sock?" Thomas, I know it's probably been a while for you.
I'd like to give you this koozie, but I'm hoping you'll warm up.
I'm reading through really bad pickup lines right now. I'm trying to decide if I even want to read any of them.
Right? Or do you have one of your own that can you limbo lower than where the bar where Jeff just beat Mark, right? Like Mark set a pretty low bar, and Jeff kind of annihilated that.
I don't know. I'm trying so hard to find a good one from this list, but this is like you've just thrown me into the lion's den here.
So what about you there, John? Do you have one that could possibly go any lower?
I mean, I would probably just start off with I have a dick, you have a vagina. Let's see if we can open the door somewhere.
Another one that works is another one that sometimes works is if you tell a girl, it's okay, you don't really have teeth in your vagina.
I mean, now you're just stealing lines from Borat, and I'm here for it, Jeff. Hey.
Oh, this is a good one. Hey, do you have service? Because I feel a connection.
Wah, wah.
Says the guy who pulled out the fucking Tennessee line.
Oh, I know, and I was demonstrating how bad it was.
I mean, Christy wants to tell the woman.
Tell you her fishes. Do they know that story, Christy?
Can you tell us about the sexy food, Mark?
I don't know the story, but I want to.
So McGee gets a lot of creepy DMs from a lot of creepy dudes. Most of the time, she just blocks them. Every once in a while, they get creative with their messages, and she feels the need to screenshot it and send it to me, and just listen, check this one out. And one guy went on this diatribe about how attractive he thought she was, and said, "Your fish is sexy." Like, he ended with that, "Your fish is sexy," and she goes, "What the fuck does that mean?" And we still haven't figured that one out.
Oh, you haven't figured it out? I figured it out in 2 seconds.
Was it an acronym?
I mean,
no.
Surely.
John,
I mean, I told her, I said, you could take that in several different directions, and none of them are compliments.
There's one direction that you can take it. It's clearly a compliment.
Yeah, fish is another word for a mechanic on Dukes of Hazzard.
It's not even that contrived, Jeff.
So is Cooter, right?
Yeah, Cooter definitely is. And Crazy Cooter coming at you from Dukes of Hazzard has so many different meanings.
Good job, right? Jeff.
But what I will say is the only way that your fish is sexy works is if you're doing text to talk and you have a really shitty accent and you're trying to say your face is sexy. You're like, your fish is sexy. Like, you have that really thick accent and it's not coming out right. That's how it feels.
I'm trying to think of like what accent you would have where you would mistake face for fish.
Oh, so Christy McGee just texted me while we're on the air with a shitty pickup line that was sent to her. And I'm going to share this with you because this is not anything against Christy McGee. She received this shitty message in her DMs, and this is what women have to put up with. So this is probably our new low bar. Somehow worse than my vagina line, worse than Jeff's phone call line, worse than Tennessee, worse than whatever Thomas is looking up on the internet.
Just crap.
So which one of you wants to role play as Christy? And I'm going to talk to you for a minute as this person.
I'll be Christy.
Okay, so I'm going to look up at Mark. Mark, look into my eyes. Look at me. Look at me.
Hang on. Let me get in Chris McGee mode. She's all shy and bad.
I mean, you look pretty cute there, Mark. It works. Hello, my love. How are you? You are very beautiful and elegant.
Ooh.
Your fish is sexy. and your chest is so delicious. I like you so much. I want to talk to you.
I am so hot right now.
My love.
And much like the real McGee, so flustered by such compliments.
I want to stare at your sexy chest and your really sexy fish.
Your fish is sexy.
My favorite thing to do when I have a
I don't know about too adorable, but definitely hairier.
Here it is. I have the pickup line. Playing off of Christy's creep who's stalking her, right?
Mm-hmm.
I know what you're thinking. I'm a man who likes sexy fish. But I'm a man who likes to lick a sexy fish. Right? Like, I feel like something like that is a really romantic way to pick up a woman.
No.
No?
No.
No, that's not good?
No.
Like, I want to lick a sexy fish. That's
No.
not.
No.
I don't.
No.
What was
in
the-
no?
I think we need to like.
I don't think in any dialect does that work.
I think we got to bring this one back in here, guys.
What was the one about the internet a while ago? Or was there one about the internet? Did I make that up?
I don't know, Jeff. What's the one about the internet?
I don't know. I was thinking of one, and I don't want to steal from that one. So
You can steal from the sexy fish if you want.
no. I thought there was a pickup line we said earlier about the internet or connection or something.
Oh, it was the whole connection one. Yeah, what was it?
I don't know. Zach's very upset that I don't trust him with his phone number. Zach has such shitty taste in food. There's not a chance in this world I would trust my phone number with a man with that kind of taste.
What about this? Do you have a GPS signal here? Because I'm lost in your eyes. That's pretty bad, right?
So, like, is
I
the
mean,
goal of that pickup line that you want to find your way out of her eyes, Jeff?
Well, no, I'm just trying to get lower than that Tennessee one.
No, but it wouldn't be the goal be like I'm lost in your eyes and I'm okay with it. It's like I'm lost in your eyes and I want to get the fuck out. Get me a GPS.
What the fuck did I just walk into?
I mean, Thomas, these are bad pickup lines. This is us trying to riff and fill some time and stretch a little bit. That's what we do here.
Truth.
Stretch. Yep.
Oh, that's a compliment to Jeff.
Sweet is my creepy.
I mean, can we give Jeff some sweet pickup lines, and then we'll see if they come off sweet if he repeats them. Like if we say them, they're going to be creepy no matter what, right? Like
maybe you should read the fish message, Jeff.
I feel like I just realized where the Mark has dry cum thing came from. You guys talked about those shirts, didn't you?
Yes.
Yeah, we did.
I knew it.
Yeah, so I shared the university shirt with the guys earlier in the week.
But there was
So,
also an Anakin Skywalker reference in there too, so I just combined them.
So here's what I'm going to do.
Remember Tamar's love for Anakin Skywalker, Thomas, or did I imagine that?
No, I remember that very vividly.
Okay.
Confirmed.
So wait, my question is, because Tamar was defending himself earlier in the show.
Yep.
And so there was a light love for Anakin that he was displaying.
I mean, in fairness, we do have it on video, man. Like you can't really argue.
I'm just trying to get like an eyewitness account.
Yeah, give me a bit after the show, and we'll clip that particular part out and put it out on Twitter for Tamar to see.
So should Tamar be concerned that that's a light love of Anakin, or is that because he also clarified he was talking about Darth Vader, not Anakin, and I tried to specify he was clearly talking about Anakin and not Darth Vader.
I think that's also safe to say. I mean, it stemmed from a discussion about Tusken Raiders. So,
oh man, yeah, definitely.
There's gold
to
there.
all our listeners, go back, watch it, roll the clip, timestamp it, so that we all know.
I remember that as Tamar's audition to join the feed. I felt like Tamar was really gunning for someone's spot in that.
So to recap, Mark has dusty, coarse, salty cum. Tamar's talking about Darth Vader's redemption. No, it was you were clearly talking about just your man-on-man love for Anakin.
Yeah, your deep, passionate love for Anakin Skywalker, not Darth Vader, but specifically Anakin.
Right, like those are poll quotes from the interview, Tamar.
Don't say things you'll eventually want to rescind when you're live on YouTube.
Like we do record these conversations, you guys. You just all have to take that into account.
So on a serious note, Thomas. So we're talking. Yeah, no, I promise. I'm bringing this around to a serious note for a minute. I let everybody know that at some point I'm going to be getting back into the dating game. I give them some clarity on what's going on with me.
Yep.
And one of the things I brought up was I feel like Chinese food is a very romantic meal, especially when you order something like lo mein or something and you could share with your significant other.
Okay.
And I got a little pushback on that. Do you feel that something like Chinese food is a communal enough meal to have like a romantic date with? Like, is that a good choice?
So just given like the current situation in the world with the whole virus thing, I'm gonna go ahead and say anything communal is probably like ixnay on the
So,
whatever
yeah, again, that was the same pushback I got. But what if I have communal spoons and servingware? So we're not sharing the food out of the container as much as we're bringing the food from the container
Yeah.
onto our plate,
Yeah.
and then we're eating it with our own utensils.
I mean, I gotta give you some leeway. A man's got to get his date on, so yeah.
Okay.
Communal spoons is, I think we can agree on that, or even like maybe tongs. You know, like get those little tongs. So you can be even a little further away from it.
Yeah, and then
Nothing's more romantic than communal tongs.
No.
and then we can wear our masks and have our date and eat our food through the date with our communal tongs.
That's going to be a great soundbite.
You can use that. Please do.
So I have another pickup line
Oh god.
based on all of that.
Based on that, okay, here we go.
Would you like to share my spicy Mongolian beef?
I mean,
Ding, ding.
I want to go ahead and say that Mongolian beef is one of my favorites. So I'd share spicy Mongolian beef with you, Jeff.
Look at that. You're reeling him in. You got him.
Yep.
I mean,
It works.
yeah,
It works, people.
in Jeff's defense, there was this movie called Grumpy Old Men with Walter Matthau, Jack Lemmon, and the late. I mean, they're all late great, but Burgess
Meredith.
And Burgess Meredith comes in with a pickup line. Hey, she's a good-looking woman. How would you like a piece of my beefy cannelloni? Right? And Jeff's like almost in that wheelhouse with what he's saying, right?
Yeah, give me like 10 more years and I'll be able to do all those lines.
That's slippery salami.
And I like how like Tom.
Okay, I'm a doctor.
But
Time
that's
to take the skin boat to Tuna Town.
that's a paraphrase from Mickey from Rocky, right? Like he's in that movie. He's like, "Would you like a piece of my beefy cannelloni?"
Mm-hmm.
There's also the penguin.
He does. Yes, he was the penguin.
You know, I mean, it's better than walking up to a woman and going, "Hey, would you like a piece of my cheesy manicotti?" Like that's not really like the way you want to go. Like the beefy bologna is probably the way to go.
Ooh,
Tamor just
big shit,
unzipped and
Tamor
dropped it
over
on the
here.
table
Like,
on us.
they just give them. They just.
I mean, Tim was walking around in
Well-
$2,000 suits. Of course, women are just flopping.
Yeah,
around.
he did. He did. Just like pickup lines. I scoff at your pickup lines.
I don't know if Tamar's looking at this fine crew. Thomas is married, so we're gonna leave Thomas alone.
Thanks.
Jeff's walking around in lederhosen, right? And
There's nothing there, ladies.
you know that's a way to go. That they're not
They're
fucking the number at him. Jeff has to work hard with his lederhosen. He's got the fake chest hair going on his t-shirt. Mark, on the other hand, has the real chest hair going on with his tats going and his manly beard. But they're not flopping their number at him. Like Mark has to get on stage and sing and work for a number, right? And then he earns the number, but he puts in work. Tamar slaps on a $2,000 suit, and numbers just go flying. Take a good look at me, right? Like I'm walking around in a fucking Star Wars T-shirt, right? I gotta like beg for somebody to talk to me, let alone give me their fucking number.
I mean, I'm wearing a Black Widow tank.
I'm not saying that you have to work hard, Mark, but we know you're a lead singer, right? And that gets the numbers.
Yeah.
That's more work than Tamar's putting in, is my point.
I'm not gonna lie to you. Being on stage helps. So, John, here's my advice:
Buy a
grow a
stage.
beard and sing on stage.
I feel like I'm halfway there.
Well,
You're
get yourself all the way there.
way there.
Like on a wing and a
Well.
prayer, you're halfway there. But
Thank you. I'm
know.
so glad someone got that.
I was gonna say I'm living on a prayer.
yeah. Well, I got no follow up to that.
I
It's like
just
I said what I said.
I
Yeah.
give up.
But yeah, there you go. Was it? Oh my god!
So
And you're gonna sit over there and talk shit about Chinese food, and you're gonna
Can we read it on the air because people listen to the show once in a while?
yeah, okay. Zach Anderson put up, here's how I'll really piss John off. His first date was with his now fiance at a Buffalo Wild Wings eating delicious, his words, delicious boneless wings.
Attaboy, Zach, rub it in.
I mean,
I'm happy she stuck with you after that travesty, Zach.
I mean, it obviously went well, and we tip of the hat to you, but also
That's how
you are
knew
not
you
allowed
were
to talk shit about Chinese food.
Wait, I have a question, Zach. So you order the boneless buffalo wings, and obviously right after that, she says that she has to make a phone call. How do you get her to stay?
Can we go to the man in the top left corner with the lederhosen on?
Yeah, Jeff,
go.
Jeff, how did Zach get her to stay after ordering the shitty boneless buffalo wings?
And what did they say to Zach?
And then she's like, I gotta go make a phone call.
What are you going to call them?
Shitty boneless buffalo wings.
The only reason I haven't sent us home yet is because I didn't start the show.
Oh, tell me you're not having fun, Thomas.
Oh, I am. I
Great.
just don't know that it needs to be
Basically, it comes down to this. I'll say it to you, Jeff. I'll say it to you, John. There's no such thing as a bad pickup line, only bad delivery. If you deliver the bad line in a funny, swarthy, sort of fun and albeit sexy way, it doesn't matter what you say, as long as you come across confident and you're not taking yourself too seriously. Sense of humor, must. How do you think
So
Sorry, Mark.
No, you're fine.
How would you deliver a line in a good way that read something like, I think you might have a vagina kind of like a big, thick whirlpool. Like, how do you deliver that in a good way, Mark?
I'm sorry, I was distracted by Frisbee's comment. What did you say, John?
I was saying, if you have to deliver a line like you have a vagina like a big, thick whirlpool in a good way, how do you deliver that line? Because you said that you could deliver any line in a good way.
So the line is, you have a vagina like a big, thick whirlpool?
Yes. How do you deliver that in a way that you survive it?
Okay, like this. I had this line about a whirlpool, and I'm not going to say it because I respect you too much.
So
That's
what
how you
you're
say
saying is you don't deliver the line, and that there are some lines you just don't fucking say to a woman.
There's just some things that pop in your head, and you go, you know what? You're just going to stay up there.
Well,
Okay.
I think you divert it. Like you would be like, that guy down there says you have a vagina like a big whirlpool.
But
I'm
do
an
not
excellent
think-
swimmer.
So wait, does that mean Jeff can deliver any line and be innocent and cute about it? I feel like it does.
You're getting like, if people are throwing the proverbial tomatoes at you, John, because of
That's fine. Like,
If people throw tomatoes at you, John, just make tomato sauce.
I usually do in Italian. That's what we do.
My wife has chimed in via text message and says that
Ooh.
the worst pickup lines she's ever heard were 1, nice bum, where you from? And 2, the did it hurt when you fell from heaven? Yeah.
Oh,
That's what I used on you when you came in.
There you go.
How about that? It all
Great
comes
minds
full
think
circle.
alike.
Indeed. I mean, the do's and don'ts, just watch an episode of How I Met Your Mother and watch Barney Stinson do his thing, and you'll know which ones to use and which ones not to use.
Well,
Tamor was told to watch Internal Affairs before watching The Departed because of what it's based on. Can anyone here confirm? I can confirm that The Departed is an overrated film, but that's all I got.
yeah,
I can
no,
confirm that I disagree with that opinion.
I
Fine.
can confirm
Most
that
people do. Most people do.
came first, and you can watch them both if you want. But
Simultaneously.
don't let people tell you what to watch, Tamor. Watch what you want to watch. I am confirming that Internal Affairs is what The Departed is based on. But by no means does that mean you have to watch one before the other, or you have to watch either of them.
that's
You know,
right.
I would probably make up my own mind and watch my own movie I want to watch.
And don't let anyone, Tamor, don't let anyone tell you what Star Wars character you're not supposed to love.
I'm not telling you he's not supposed to love Anakin Skywalker.
Exactly.
I'm just pointing out that he does love Anakin Skywalker.
No one said he shouldn't. I mean, he did kill a room full of children, but that, that's up for debate, I guess.
Is it?
It happened off screen, so one,
I think it was
No, you know what?
racial hate crime.
He's gonna come in with he was already Darth Vader. It's like, stop it.
This is the same reason people thought Stannis was alive, like for 2 seasons after he died.
Now, I've got to say,
Different
like,
conversation.
after watching The Mandalorian, I think Anakin could have gotten a lot further without his lightsaber and with a little more of this. That was a visual joke. I was pantomiming
Was that your sand people? Was that your sand people
that
joke?
that was me pantomiming the Mandalorian doing sign language to the sand people.
The best jokes are the ones you have to perform and then explain.
And then explain, right?
And then explain it.
Here's a visual joke for a fucking podcast.
Oh, wow. I mean, in fairness, we are live right now.
Right, but
Hey, look, yeah, like people have the opportunity to watch us visually, so
Unfortunately.
but here we actually make money off of the podcast.
I mean, I flashed in my chest there. What more do y'all want?
Yeah, so far all YouTube gives us is copyright strikes.
yeah.
Yeah.
At least Anchor gives us money.
Mark, to answer your question, more nipple next time.
Yes.
Mm.
You need to get a little
Well,
bit.
subscribe to our patronizer and you'll get that.
Do it again. Let's give people a little tease here.
Yeah.
Just give us a little.
You don't have to give us any pink. Just give us a little. Yeah.
There you go.
That's
Thank
the
you, Mark.
high quality content you come for.
Literally.
Fourthly,
That's the high quality content you come on. Handily.
Whether it's sandy or coarse or, sticky.
We are not gonna outdo this.
so
Hey man, we've been going at it for a while. Should we that's what she said. Should we end this?
Tamar wants to kill all the sand people, and with that, we're gonna let Tamar kill the women and the children, all of them, because that's what he wants to do. Christy is dropping some change down Mark's shorts, probably enough for Jeff to make a phone call on. And with that, guys, tell the fine people where we can find someone.
You can find Jeff at I don't know. Tell him where you're at, Jeff.
I'm I'm here a lot.
Thomas fell
And when I'm not here, I'm at work.
And well said. How about you, John?
I can't even pick up the show right now. It's delicious.
Just drinking whole milk from a cow.
Good God. Why is this live on a video platform? You can find Tamor loving Anakin Skywalker egregiously at all times.
You can find Thomas and I night 2 pretty soon.
What?
Now.
You can find me doing what? What was that?
Night 2.
Oh, yeah. That's right. That's happening.
Yeah, we should. Maybe.
Who got all the
Doubt it.
sand in the bed? That would be Mark for sure. He doesn't use a sock, so.
Yeah.
I love you too, Tamor.
To bring it full circle,
Mm-hmm.
Mark talked to Jeff and get one of those little socks.
Yeah, on one of those
Can we go out now?
in there for your koozies. Hey, Linktree is in there. You can find all of our socials and stuff because we gotta end this. Someone please end this for the
Do I
love
gotta
of
do a
God.
thing?
Poor,